Welcome to the Moving Pictures Studio with Steve James, here again at Sundance, but this time with the film The Interrupters. How's your relationship with Sundance changed over the years? How does it feel this time coming here?
Well, it's always great to come back to Sundance, and Sundance has been really good to me over the years. I mean, Hoop Dreams premiered here, and I mean that really began my career, or at least I knew then that I'd have a career after Hoop Dreams, and then I've been able to bring back other films here over the years, and I mean, I never get tired of coming back here at all because it's a great place to launch a documentary.
Yeah. Hoop Dreams, for most of the story, is really a hopeful tale. You're kind of rooting for these people. Of course, the events that followed Hoop Dreams were a little more tragic. Can you expand on that to our audience who may not know the story of what happened post Hoop Dreams, and then following on and coming back to Chicago for The Interrupters to do this film?
Yes, I mean, this film was inspired really by two things for me. One was my partner in this film, Alex Kolowitz, terrific writer, and came on board as a producer. He wrote an article for the New York Times Magazine about this program, Ceasefire, and these interrupters. And I called him up and I said, this would be a great film, I think, and he agreed. The other thing that was going on for me was, in Hoop Dreams, both Curtis Gates, William's older brother, and Bo Agee, Arthur's dad, have, in the years since we made Hoop Dreams, both been murdered. And I saw the devastating effect that those murders had on those families and on Arthur and William. And was kind of haunted by that. And I guess I saw this film as an opportunity to really try and delve into something that's vitally important that I think we too often dismiss as a problem that nothing can be done about.
You mentioned the devastation for the families, but what was it like for you? Because obviously there was such a strong connection between you and those guys because of the film. Did you feel, was it more like a sense of duty, a sense of responsibility?
Well, my relationship to Arthur and William has remained strong over the years, and so yes, when those murders happened, it affected me as well. Curtis was murdered. Curtis was murdered on 9/11, and I got a call from William. I was in L.A. finishing a film. Yeah. I got a call from William on 9/11 at night saying Curtis had been murdered. And I thought for a split second that somehow he had been in the Twin Towers. And it just, but it wasn't that. But the timing of it obviously was profoundly, terrible in every respect. And I wasn't able to get back for the funeral because the airlines were all down. And I really, felt bad about that I wasn't able to do it. With Bo, I'd been to Bo's church over the years. He invited me to the anniversaries of his church. He had a little church on the west side. He'd embarrassed me by having me get up and speak in a black church, and so I stayed really tight with not just Arthur but with Bo over the years, and so his murder was profoundly troubling too, because in both cases these were guys who were not involved in criminal life. Their murders were a result of quirky personal things, or in the case of Bo, he sold stuff out of the back of his Oldsmobile to make extra money, and some guy murdered him in the course of a transaction. And so, these were like senseless, random, almost terrible incidents. And that's a lot of what the violence that goes on in the city is now. It's the thing that distinguishes a lot of the murder these days from the way it was, say, back in the 90s when the drug trade was at its zenith and crack cocaine, and it was just a different kind of thing going on.